everyone, Voodoo here. So testing has just ended for me, for you guys the next day, for the first boss of the raid. So we're gonna go through over the next few days, today, Friday, and Saturday, and do one video a day for each of the 3 bosses we tested. Altogether, bosses were pretty fun, kind of simple, but the first bosses, so that's not that much of a surprise. So in this fight, we played Fel-Scarred. I did Aldrachi as well. I'll talk about both of them. And this is with the tier set tuning as well. So pretty decent stuff. The raid visually looks very cool and mechanically seems interesting enough for some early bosses. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're getting close to 15,000 subscribers, which is my goal. And with that, let's just get on to the video. So obviously builds are pretty important, and this is the build I played for most of it. This is the Fel-Scarred single target build. You guys should recognize this at this point. They did the nerf to the tier set the other day that changed it from 30% Chaos Strike to 20%. Doesn't really change much. Rotationally, you're still doing the same stuff. Build felt good. I was doing a lot of damage. I did 1 or 2 pulls with Aldrachi Reaver as well with inertia, because inertia is like 1% better for this build now. And it felt pretty bad. I don't know what's up on single target. These sim very close. I don't know if it's a complexity thing. I don't know if there's like a bug in game. But Fel-Scarred was doing a lot more consistently, more damage. Felt fine. Not having proper recores and stuff like that, not getting used to it, definitely messed up my rotations a bit. But overall, like, the spec performed decently well in the raid. Hunters seem really broken, by the way. BM Hunter seems turbo crazy. But this build felt pretty good. Nothing really too crazy about it. Fun little thing with the monk buff side effect, by the way. So obviously Chaos Strike does get the physical buff. But a fire inside changes your immolation aura to physical chaos immolation aura. So it's chaos damage that also has holy and physical in it. So this actually gets the monk buff. So you're getting 3 extra % damage on your immolation aura in this build, which is kind of funny. And it does a lot of damage. So yeah, I don't know. Those are the builds. Going to the video now with the actual boss fight. First, actually, I do want to just look at the logs. This is the log for the fight. I'll post these down below for the kill. So just looking at damage, immolation aura, burning blades, annihilation are a lot of your damage. Beam, surge, strike. I believe I pushed death sweep more than I should have with 10 times, which, you know, will be fixed obviously. But, you know, pretty straightforward stuff here. Nothing too crazy. This is normally what you'll see for single target for the Fel-Scarred build. So I just did this whole thing and realized at the end of it, when I was done, was that I wasn't even recording. So this is the first boss. So I'm just gonna play it here. This boss starts at the end of this long hallway, and with each intermission, he knocked you back from where he is and teleports down the hallway for you to run and catch up to him. And then throughout the fight, you end up having to get closer and closer to him. So for this fight, like you saw, I played Fel-Scarred. There was a weird bug where my Fel-Scarred, I think Fel eruptions just weren't happening, which was super strange. You can kind of see I only had 1 stack up there. So I don't know what happened there. Only had 1 stack. Like I wasn't actually getting my Fel-Scarred eruptions, but boss is pretty straightforward for mechanics. There's random swirlies that just deal damage to you. There's these big move out circles that go on people, and then there's a tank fall off and a soak. So tank fall off is pretty easy. Go out, drop a puddle, deals damage, dodge some swirlies, and then I believe this is the soak. So it does 2 hits and knocks you back. So we did range to the first hit, melee for the second. Pretty straightforward there. And then there's the get out mechanic. We'll see if he does it again here, which targets 5 or 6 players, and then puts these little circles on them. They go out, they drop down these little like arcane prison things to them. And then those arcane prisons, if you touch them, stun you for 5 seconds and teleport you around. Shouldn't be that big of a deal to dodge them. Should be pretty easy. And then finally, the wall back here immediately kills you. So that's the first phase. When he reaches 100 energy, he knocks you back and does this intermission. So it's a constant pushback during this time. You can gate it, you can use spell rush, you can glide to stop the knockback, all that stuff. And he'll spawn a few things. He'll spawn these big circles, which will kind of knock you back if you touch them. Then he'll spawn these little ones, which spawn these rotating cutter beams. And then he'll launch a wall at you. Now this wall will deal a lot of damage. It's livable on heroic, at least with this testing. Probably won't be in real raid, I have to imagine. We're at 676 eye level. Live it pretty easy. But you can nether walk this, you can blink through it. Any kind of teleportation would work. You can also use your extra action button, which is the cloak, which will just shoot you forward. Pretty easy. That also lets you avoid these balls for knocking you back and these cutter beams that do damage. And then you have to break this guy's shield. From what we could tell, everything's random except for near the boss. Near the boss is a set pattern every time. I guess that you don't get screwed with where they spawn. Again, as far as we could tell. But yeah, and then the fight just repeats. So you do damage, he goes up to 100 energy, and he'll do those phases. Now, the thing with this boss is that each time he gets to 100 energy, he will do a longer and longer pushback. So at the end of the fight, there's 3 of them. After that, he enrages. And each time you do it, it gets harder and harder to get to him, right? So second time, there'll be, it's bugged on this kill, but there'll be more orbs in a harder pattern. We ended up going to a third one time by just not dealing damage to him and just seeing what would happen. And by doing that, we end up seeing that the last one has like a snaking pattern of balls where I just jumped off the edge to jump around them, basically, but they're a lot harder to get through. And then after that third one, he will enrage and just throw wave after wave of walls at you, where you can gate through 1 or 2 of them, and then eventually the damage will just be too much. So yeah, we played Fel-Scarred here. Fel-Scarred felt pretty good. I didn't shrink it here. Aldrachi Reaver, like I said, like I don't know what's up, if I'm like playing bad or if the damage is bugged in sims or what, but Fel-Scarred performed a lot better, in my opinion, a lot closer to how I thought the sim would be than Aldrachi Reaver would. By the way, the blasting circles that you have to soak, Netherwalk does work on them, so that'd be fine. But yeah, I mean, like, Fel-Scarred was honestly like semi enjoyable to play. It wasn't that bad. The big thing is that the soul is still very annoying, but it is like doable. Like, you certainly can learn to play around it a bit, but there are cases where it spawns way behind you. Anyway, so it's bugged here, so there should be more orbs. You can see we're even further back now. He's like 1 more tick away, but again, the orbs didn't spawn. It's bugged. Whatever. Anyways, Fel-Scarred felt pretty fun. Like, well, not fun, I don't know. I don't think either Havoc build is super great right now, but it definitely wasn't that bad. There are things you can do here to optimize damage. There are like certain things that, you know, you want to do to like increase the skill ceiling, but the soul is still the worst part. It's certainly like you can play around it a bit, but if it spawns behind you and you don't see it, like there's just not much you can do. You're just shed of luck. So I do hope they change the soul and fix the soul. You see me a lot in this video just kind of like woo, going everywhere trying to pick up my soul, and even then sometimes it like spawns behind me. Like it'll spawn like back here or something, and I can't pick it up until way later when I notice. Which, like, the souls don't despawn. Well, they have a really long despawn timer, so that's doesn't really matter, but you do obviously want it when you get it, and that's the fight. Pretty cool stuff. Again, you would hit a third one and he just shoot more of these walls at you. He just shoots the ones you have to blink through, so he shoots these walls at you over and over again in like a set pattern every 10 seconds, 5 seconds or so you don't have time to blink through it. It's a cool fight. It's a little bit of a gimmick fight, which makes sense because they're once you use Reshii wraps. Nothing else really to say about it. Pretty fun, pretty cool for first boss. We'll see how the ads work on Mythic, and yeah, that's kind of it. Not much else to say. So Fel-Scarred for this one. I think Fel-Scarred for the second boss, and then I think Aldrachi Reaver for the third boss. We'll go over that on each fight as we get there, but overall, fun testing. I enjoyed the first boss. It's a pretty cool like dodge mechanic in the intermissions. I like how it gets harder each time. That's a cool progression of the fight, and we'll see what's up with Aldrachi. I don't know, but Fel-Scarred definitely felt a lot better, and Hunter also seems pretty broken these days. BM Hunter. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time with another one of these like videos about the boss testing. Probably one Friday and then one Saturday as well, and then Monday we'll do an updated sim video with all the tier set nerfs and monk buff and some further cooking and stuff we've done with the sims. So hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe for 15,000 subscribers, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace. A big thank you to everyone watching my videos, but especially to my channel members. Thank you Alexander Trifunovic, Rukaza, Fear Redefined, Loose Change, Jorge Polanco, Matthew Barr, Zuligan, Chocobo Merc, Gabriel Correa, Matchman 133, and Falafadar and Dark Terror. Thank you so much to everybody. If you want to join and support me in making videos, consider following the link below. I will be adding more perks to this over the summer as I get more time, including a log review, which isn't available right now. But again, I do appreciate everybody just supporting me and watching the videos. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.